This is my plant cell. Here is the cell wall, which is made of green frosting. The cell wall provides the cell with protection and shields the cell from the environment. Next is the plasma membrane, which is here made of the red, oops, the red peel apart Twizzlers. The cell membrane separates the cytoplasm from the cell wall and provides support and stability to the cell. I made it out of the Twizzlers because I wanted to be able to differentiate between it and the cell wall in color. The green frosting, the light green frosting all across the cell is the cytoplasm. I made it green because plant cells tend to be green. The cytoplasm is the gel-like substance that houses most of the cell's organelles, and that's its primary function. Next is the nucleus, which I made out of a small sugar cookie, and I made with a darker green frosting to differentiate between it and the cytoplasm. The nucleus functions as the cell's control center, and it stores the cell's genetic information. Inside the nucleus is the nucleolus, which I made from an M&M, and it is responsible for synthesizing the cell's ribosomes. Next is the rough endoplasmic reticulum, which I made out of this multicolored fruit by the foot to differentiate it between that and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The primary function of the rough ER is synthesizing proteins. And then the main function of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum is to synthesize, secrete, and store lipids, as well as metabolizing carbohydrates and manufacturing new membranes. And one of the main differences between the way that they look is that the rough endoplasmic reticulum has ribosomes attached to it, whereas the smooth one does not. Next is the Golgi apparatus, which I made here with Twizzlers. The primary function is to process, distribute, and store proteins for use by the plant during stress responses. Next is the mitochondria, which I did here with jelly beans. It's known as the powerhouse of the cell because its major function is to generate energy for the cell. Next are the ribosomes, which I did with Nerds. And I sprinkled some all around. And I chose Nerds because it's very small little pieces of candy. And the ribosomes are very small. The ribosomes contain a subunit of RNA, and the major function of ribosomes is to synthesize proteins for things like cell repair. Next are the chloroplasts, which I did here with egg-shaped whoppers, and I chose those because of their shape, essentially. And the chloroplast is responsible for making food for the plant through photosynthesis. Last is the vacuole, which I did here with white frosting and a blue Whopper. And it's used to adjust the size of the cell and to maintain the turgor pressure of the plant cells to prevent wilting. And it's supposed to take up quite a bit of space in plant cells as compared to animal cells. And that is my plant cell made out of a cookie.